everyone, welcome back to Move with Mobiko. I'm Rach and today we're going to do a full body stretch session. You don't really need much equipment for this, but I am going to be using a yoga strap. So if you have something like that, go and grab it. Otherwise, you will be able to do this session without this. It's just a really handy tool to have on you. If you don't have a strap, you can use a belt or a band or anything with that kind of shape and size will be just fine. When you're ready, let's get into it. This session is a great all-rounder stretch, so you can do this anytime, anywhere, and you can do this no matter what sport or activity it is that you do. When I do a stretch session, I like to work from the top of my body down to the bottom. That way I can use each joint as a checkpoint to make sure that I've moved and stretched that joint. So we're going to start with our neck, our shoulders, and then work our way down to the bottom of our body, finishing with our feet. So let's get started. We're going to start with the head. So take your strap. If you don't have a strap, you're just going to use your hands. But you can come into a cross-legged position or you can sit on your feet like so, whatever you feel more comfortable doing. Take your strap and you're going to wrap it behind your head. So sort of just below that kind of bony process on your head, and you're going to bring your hands together, and then you're going to bring the hands forward on the strap and slowly sink your head down. Now you'll notice I do 3 breaths each time I settle into a stretch. So once we're into this position, let's go for 3 deep breaths. You can move your head around a little bit, breathing in again. Letting that tension release each time. And 1 more breath. Beautiful. Coming up nice and slow. We're going to work onto the left side. So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to look down into our left pocket and we're going to get more of a stretch through this trap and neck. So really drop that shoulder down, pull forward, and 3 breaths here. Breathe in again. 1 more. And release, nice and slow. We're going over to the right now, looking down to the right hand pocket. Tuck the chin into the chest. Relax that shoulder down, and 3 deep breaths here. One more breath. Releasing nice and slow. Beautiful. So now we're going to work into our chest and shoulders. So we're going to start with our arms extremely wide, mainly because most people are really tight and they kind of start really narrow with this one and they kind of get halfway and get stuck. So best to start as wide as possible. You're going to take your arms out and over your head. So you want to be able to get all the way without having to struggle through it. If you are struggling with it, you need to go wider. So if you don't have a strap that's long enough, that's going to be quite challenging. So you're just going to do arm circles without the strap. But if you do have a strap and that's feeling good, you can start to walk your thumbs in and make that space less between your hands. If that's working well, keep working your way in and breathing through it. Let's go. One more. Awesome. Now we're going to go on an angle. So this time, doing the same kind of movement, but this time the left arm's going to go forward of the body. Reaching around and come all the way down and reverse. Left arm comes up and over the head in front of the body. 2 more. Remember to breathe. Awesome. Other side. Right arm's going to reach out in front and over the head again. Adjust the arms as you need to. If this is quite challenging, slide the arms out. If that's easy, bring them in. That's 3. All right, beautiful. Now we're going to work on really opening the chest. So shake that out. We're going to sit onto our bottom, crossing the legs, and I'm going to turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to lay the strap behind me. If you don't have a strap, you can also use a stick for this. Otherwise, you can place your hands on the ground and just stretch and open the chest through this one. So taking the strap, and we're going to go about shoulder width apart. From there, you're going to sit up nice and tall, open up the chest, and we're just going to raise the arms up. Now, this can be really challenging if you're not holding anything. So just see if you can grab something to hold. Opening up. Breathing. One more breath. And release. That actually takes a lot of strength in the shoulders to do, so you might feel yourself really warming up through this one. We're going to repeat another time. All right, are we ready? Let's go. Opening up the chest, sitting nice and tall, eyes forward, nice neutral spine, and lift, and 3 breaths. Try and lift higher throughout this. Last breath. And release. Good job. So from the shoulders, we're going to work into our spine a little bit. We're going to warm that up and get that moving. So coming onto all fours, we won't need the strap just yet. You're going to find a neutral spine, and then we're going to work on a couple of cat cows. So we're going to tuck our pelvis in, tuck our chin into our chest, and release. Looking up and just giving your body a bit of a wiggle and just finding, any sort of tight tension spots. And then reverse, tuck the chin, tuck the pelvis. Breathing in and breathing out to release. Looking up. Shoulders stay away from the ears. Spread the fingers. Last one, tucking the chin. And breathing out. Beautiful. Once you've done that, come into a child's pose, sink down, and just let your lower back relax. This is really good if you have lower back pain. You can always just come to this position if you're ever feeling like the stretch that you're doing is not working for you or causing you discomfort. Breathe it out. Awesome. Coming up slowly. So now we're going to work into our hips. So first thing, we're going to come onto our bottom, feet together, knees apart, and nice long spine, and we're going to come forward. And we don't need the strap for this either. We're just going to let our hips kind of open up a little bit. Just nice long spine. Deep breath in. Breathe it out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Each time, just trying to get a little bit more length and depth in the position. Last breath. And coming up slowly. So into the hips and the quads, coming onto your belly. We're just going to do a little back extension to begin with, just to keep that warmth in the lower back and making sure that we're not feeling anything too crazy in terms of discomfort. If you are, you can just stay here. You don't have to do the neck stretches with us. You can just stay here and just give yourself a little bit of time to recover. So if you're feeling good and you want to take to the next level, coming up onto the hands and pushing into a nice extension there. You're going to feel this through your hips. Make sure you're squeezing your bottom and your shoulders are down and your spine is nice and long. Tucking the chin into the chest. And 3 breaths here. Awesome. Coming down slowly, and if you're feeling like you need a little rest, just come down, place your head on your hands, and just take a moment here. Okay, staying here if you need to. If you're feeling good and you're ready to go, let's grab our strap. So we're going to work into our quads. So what you're going to do with your strap is make a little loop. And to do this, you're going to flip your D-ring down. If you don't know how to do this, I'll pop up another video somewhere on the screen to show you how to use your yoga strap. to do this, to make a loop. So you're just going to push it through, make a loop, and then you're going to pop that around your toe or your foot. Pull it a bit firm so it doesn't slide off. And so from here, you're coming up into those elbows again, and if you're feeling good, you're going to grab your strap and walk your toe towards you. So using your strap to pull in. Once you've found that position, you're feeling good, chest up, nice long position, and 3 breaths here. Last one. If you're feeling like you just cannot get your foot in, that's okay. You're just going to leave your foot on the ground. Let's switch sides. Pull that firm. Let's go, pulling it in, and 3 breaths on this side. And last one, breathing out and releasing nice and slowly. Taking that off, coming up onto the hands and knees again. So here we're going to take a pigeon pose, and we're going to work onto the hips and quads again, just in a slightly different position, a little bit more intense this one. So coming to the hands and knees, how I like to get into this position is extend one leg, and then the knee that's on the ground, I'm just going to slide it forward between my hands, and I'm going to take a seat on my bottom, and I'm going to lengthen up. Now, this might be enough for you, you can stay here. If this is too much, you can pop a pillow or a block underneath your bottom, and that's going to help you stay here. If you're feeling good, come down, settle into this position. The next level for this one is adding the strap again. So with your loop, you're going to pop it around your toe, over the shoulder, and holding here. You may be here, that's fine. If you're feeling like you can take it to the next level, really bend that toe towards you. Okay, 3 breaths here. Last breath. And let it go. Beautiful, let's switch sides. I'm going to turn around so you can see me on this side. Hands and knees again. Remember, extend the leg that you want behind you first, and then bring the opposite leg that's already on the ground through your hands and just take a seat. Again, stay where you are if that is enough for you. If you're with me, you're going to pop this around your toe, pull it firm, and bring it in. Breaths here. Remember guys, if that's too much, on the floor is fine. Just work on your position, getting nice and long. 2 more breaths. And come out of that nice and slow. Next up, we're going to go into our hamstrings. So one knee bent, foot comes up to your thigh, the other leg's nice and straight. We're going to turn and face that leg. If this is enough for you, that's fine. But I would like it if you could try and use your strap, because it gives you a completely different stretch. So we're going to pop this around our foot. You can either do it the way we just had it, or you can do the double up and just drape it around. Whatever works for you is fine. So we're going to pull the toe back. So bring the strap up relatively high, pull the strap towards you, and you're going to leverage that to extend, and that's when you're going to come forward. So absolutely no rounding in this one. The strap allows you to get that length. So once you're into that position, deep breaths. Working your way forward as you feel more comfortable. Last breath. Beautiful. Release nice and slow. Get ready to switch sides. Left leg goes out, right leg comes in, draping that around the toe. Let's get ready to extend. Nice tall spine, looking at the toe, flexing the foot. You might find that one leg is tighter. This is the case for me. I've had a knee injury, so this side is actually really, stiff in comparison to my right side. feels very different. Last breath. Awesome. Now we're going to move into the feet and the ankles. So what you're going to do for this one is stay where you are, bring your heel to you, and you're going to keep it around the toe, pull in nice and tight, nice and long with your spine, and you're just going to rotate your toe. So you're going to pull with your right hand and then pull with the left hand. So you're actually going to really get a lot of movement through that foot. I'm going to do about 5 of these. I think this is 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Let's switch sides. And the other toe, nice long spine. Rotating, that's 2, 3, 4. This is a nice little massage too. Last one. Done. Awesome. And finally, we're going to finish with the shins and the front of the foot. So for this one, you want to come onto your knees. Now, if this is too uncomfortable for you, sit on a pillow, or you can place something under here between your legs. If you're with me, settle into the ground. You're just going to reach forward and grab your your right knee to start with, whichever one is fine. Bringing that up. And you're going to feel a nice long stretch through here and through the front of the foot. Last breath. And release. Next up, we're going to do the other side. And let's go. Lifting up, stretching out the front of the foot and the shin. Breaths. 2 more. And release. Thanks so much for joining me on this stretch session, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing, and please let me know by liking this video. If you want to know more about the equipment that we use today, check the description below. We've got some links there for you. Again, I'm Rach. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.